everyone, my brain is fried and I'm going to try to not be a blubbering idiot in this. So what came to mind to talk about was writing. Well, 1, writing is hard. 2, writing is easy. Notice how I'm contradicting myself. Let me explain. Alright, number 1, that writing is hard. Well, it's hard to commit yourself to sitting down and actually writing out the story that's in your head. Now, when you first think of a story, it may not be complete in your head, but if you have an active imagination and you feel the need to put it all down into words, then go for it, really. I find myself having a complete story in my mind, and when I sit down and write it, I notice there's a lot of holes in it, so I have to fill those. Because in your mind, it's you understand exactly what's going on, but other people might not, so you have to explain them. And so it's hard to actually sit there, and then there's names, which you may remember from my success video, that coming up with names for characters, that is hard because the characters are going to be stuck with those names. Alright? So that's basically it when it comes to the hard part of writing. So here's the easy part of writing. The easiest part when it comes to writing is that you're in control. That's part of the hard part too, but the easiest thing is that you are the writer. You get to control what's going on. There's going to be certain times when you're going to have difficulties with the fact that you are the one in charge and that you get to control the entire storyline. A lot of the times I find that the story is writing itself through me. That's when it's easy, because you know what's going on, so you're just there writing it out, or as for me, I'm typing it. And when it's typing itself out, just using my hands and my brain to just get it onto paper or onto the screen or into hard drive, whatever it's called. It's just, that's the easiest thing. Now, here's number 3 when it comes to writing. Number 3 is that it's fun. Just remember that. If it starts to not be fun anymore, take a break. That's all you have to do, unless you have like a deadline for it. You're never gonna get it done by a specific date. I've tried, life gets in the way. So what I do is that I try to finish within a certain month. I have to, I'm hoping to be done with the sequel to Forever Immortal by June 2014. That's what I'm hoping. If it's not done by then, I'm okay. I have some other projects that I'm working on, which is a clue as to why it probably won't be done by then. Set your goal. Alright? Don't, if your goal is to get a certain chapter done by a certain date, then work on that one. That's a small goal. Unless you have writer's block, then it's a nightmare. So, number 4, the cure to writer's block. There is no known cure. Everybody has their own thing. If perfect, everybody has their own cure, their own remedy for something. For me, writer's block, watching TV. It seems to help. I can't read during writer's block, or else I'll start writing like that author, and I have to write like me. So watching TV is sitting there and it's amusement. The meaning to amusement is where you're not thinking. So when you're not thinking and you're watching something, that is what helps me. Because if I'm not thinking of anything specific, a whole load of inspiration just washes over. Sure, it might be something like supernatural, but if I see like how Sam and Dean are reacting to something, I'm like, oh, my characters could react in that sort of way. Of course, in their, you know, with their own little twist on it. Sorry, text message. So, everybody has their own cure for something, and so when you have writer's block, find your cure. All right, go outside, search the world, the nature for your inspiration, if that helps. Hang out with friends, watch their reactions to something. Watch TV, see how certain plot lines play out, and like, wow, that was really well written, or that was horribly written. Ooh, I got an inspiration. Just daydream or sleep. There's always something that'll just break your writer's block. Number 5. I'm running out, but let's see, number 5. I knew I had it, I think. Distractions. That's it. A lot of people believe that writers hang out constantly at a cafe. I don't have much money. I don't see the point in sitting in a cafe. I find that sitting alone in my room with my door shut, with music in my ears, seems to help best. Now, you may think, oh, music in your ears while writing, how does that help? Because you see in movies people are sitting there in silence if they're writing in their own home. The reason why those people are in silence is because they don't want distractions. Alright? I don't have a very good attention span when it comes to doing something. When I'm watching TV, I don't get distracted too easily. Unless something loud is going on. Like I'd be sitting there trying to watch a movie and then my mom decides to start doing dishes or cooking something, banging pans around. And that's not fun. So I have to be in my room alone. And I found that out because I tried taking my laptop to a cafe while we were hanging out with friends, and I tried to write, but the conversations around me were just distracting me, and people moving, it's just like, yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't write while I was sitting there in a cafe. So the reasons why writers are supposedly sitting there in a cafe, that's a standard thing that you see, they want attention. Like, see, I'm an important writer. Or they just had to get away from their families and they're sitting there with their earbuds in so they don't get distracted. Okay? What I listen to while I write is music without words. When it comes to Forever Immortal, or, the Forever series, I'm listening to Celtic music. Because my main character is Irish, and just for some reason it just helps. Plus, it's beautiful. When I'm writing my other stuff, I'm listening to just Mozart, Bach, Beethoven, and Two Steps from Hell. That's what I'm listening to when I'm writing. Or also Olaf Arnolds, and like I can name off a whole bunch of great musicians. So just just look for these people on Spotify or Pandora and you will find the best music if you like to listen to music without words while you write. Because words in music tend to just morph with your, they mingle with the words that's already in your brains, and it'll distract you. Alright? Sometimes I do listen to music with words when I'm writing, but that's when I'm totally inspired and I don't have to resort to music without words. As much as I do love music without words, they're just beautiful. Very expressive and blah 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 blah. Hey, sorry, my camera kind of cut off. Well, first I was distracted by my brother, and then my thing stopped filming. So, those were the first 5 pieces of advice that I could give to you that work for me as a writer. I hope those of you who want to write will take those into consideration. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!